Hey yo, what is up everyone? It is your boy Shazman21 and welcome to another video by your boy Shazman21. Now with a bit of a better mic because the mic that I had for my laptop kind of sucks ass a little bit. But for today, or actually tonight, because as I'm recording this, it is like what? Nighttime already, so it's kind of like interesting to talk about, but I've had this idea in mind for a while, and this again by the time of this video is basically some adult fun time. So we're gonna be talking about some grown nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some like grown motherfucking shit. But yeah, I always pose the question like, can a man be a whore? Can a man sleep around with a lot of people? And the answer to that is like a yes or no. Like, I feel like this question is still like a double entendre, and it can be a bit of like a Coco double standard. Because like if a man goes around, sleeps around with a lot of women or whatever, or a bunch of women, then it's like he's cool, he's awesome, and he's just like the shit. Whereas like if a woman dare even says like they like sex even once, that is a fucking problem, and that bitch need to be quote unquote shunned and stuff, basically. And it's just like super silly because it's like there's nothing wrong with a grown ass woman wanting to explore her ways of wanting to have sex and wanting her pleasure, because like why not? I mean, what for eons we don't even know where the fucking G spot is at. So I just think like, hey, nothing wrong with a woman being a hoer. You know what I'm saying? I was saying it was Bonnie Blue because what the fuck, that lady is straight up tripping. But we won't get into too much with that lady because nah. But still, maybe later on we'll talk about why Bonnie Blue might be a bit of a problematic ass. But we'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, the answer to the question, or really just the answer to the whole thing about can a man be a whore, and I just think that they kind of should. I don't know. Not wrong with exploring what you like and don't like. I mean, that's kind of where I'm more or less heading at in my life, where I'm just kind of just having a little bit of fun. I'm not really too keen on wanting to at least settle down anytime soon, and especially with the dating right now, I ain't gonna lie, man, shit is just, it's just not it, guys. It's just not it. Like, it's cool at times, but I'd be lying if I say that like it's just a pain in the ass to deal with. Like, yeah, I'll get like some like good ones here and there. Like, I'll get some matches. I'll have this and this and that, and then me and old girl can like be chilling, hanging out, and all this other shit. But it's like it gets to a point because like when we try to like talk or whatnot a little bit more, it just seems like they go ghost mode, and it's like I don't know, man. Shit kind of lame, bro. Like, it's just why? Like, I want to talk to you just to have fun, but yeah. Nonetheless, it's like I'm still gonna be like having my fun time no matter what. Like, hey, I do like to have a fun time with someone that I like and want to have some fun times with. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not we're making out or fucking. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I ain't gonna say like who I be fucking, because it's really none of anybody's business of who I be having some adult fun time with, because again, that's none of your goddamn business, obviously. But at the same time, like, I'll say this: I like sex, bro. I generally like it, and I like it best when the person that I'm fucking also enjoys wanting to partake in the same activity as me, as we make out or we fuck. And most of the time, if not all the time, let's just say I kind of lay the hammer down sometimes. Hey. You know, I got something packing there, bro. Again, I ain't gonna reveal exactly the size of my Master Sword, but like the Master Sword, you know, it's delicate, it's elegant, and it's effective. You know what I'm saying? Like just like with the Master Sword, where it's like it's delicate, efficient, elegant, and effective, especially against Ganondorf. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, slicing that motherfucker and like, you know, killing him and stuff because, you know, it's a blade of evil's bane. You know what I'm saying? And in my case, you know, you know, it's a slayer for some. Oh, God, it's gonna sound crazy. It's a slayer for evil's pussy. Oh God, man. Oh, that's so silly, but yeah, it's kind of like that in a way. But again, it's like when it comes to that, it's like, you know, I again still want to do it with someone that's, you know, consenting, of course, because trying to do the whole, you know, I don't know if I can. No, I gotta be careful with that. So I'm gonna say grape, you know, the whole, you know, to the G and off the thing, and it's gonna be a different ball game. So, you know, I don't really do all that like weird nonsense because it's like, nah, it's a risk, bro. And at the same time, like, if the only time you really had to get your rocks off is by non-consensually trying to get with, you know, somebody, then that's crazy, bro. Like, you gotta at least know how to talk first and, you know, make the girl feel comfortable around your presence, right? Like, I even said it too again in my how to riz a girl. You know, you gotta make a girl feel comfortable, and I think it's been told. I don't know if it's 1,000 or 100% confirmed, but apparently I do make girls feel comfortable, and honestly, with that, that's awesome because I do want to make them feel comfortable around my presence because, you know, I like them, they're cool, and most of the time I just, you know, I want to chill out with them. I want to, like, you know, dog girls nights and do whatever and just like, you know, just watch some silly, you know, Barbie movies and stuff. Hey, I like some Barbie shit. Oh, I like pink. You know what I'm saying? So my favorite color is green. I will say that pink is definitely up there. Like, it might either be my third favorite color or my second. I think it's probably my third because my second favorite color is, I think it's red. Yeah, because, like, you know, red is cool and blue is also just as cool, but like that's more like the fourth. But either way, it's like green, especially forest green. That's just like, that's a vibe because neon green, that's a bit much, but like forest green, ooh, I like that. But anyways, enough yapping about that. But like, yeah, no, like, I can be a bit of a man whore sometimes, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you know, though, yes, I do like to partake in the activity itself. I also like to get to know the person that I'm, again, doing it with, because, you know, I want to, you know, of course, you know their name, obviously, but more importantly, just, you know, I want to like connect with them, you know, in a way that's like, do we share maybe like some values? Do we at least get along with each other? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's like kind of the point is like, when you're having fun, it's like, you gotta just make sure that, you know, not only you, yeah, you yourself is having fun, and so is the other person. And yeah, just, you know, have fun activities, and all types of things. Ideally for me, if I want to get back into the game, you know, fuck around with a lot of, like, you know, of course, adults only, obviously. But yeah, just like, you know, mess around with a couple of adults that are like really awesome and really cool. I would say I would want to take them out on some fun little dates maybe, or you know, have him chilling at my crib, and we just play a couple of video games. Maybe something like a fighting game, and then play a little fun stuff. What I'm saying? See, whether or not we can like, oh god, maybe take like a clothing off, and then just like the round gets crazier and crazier, and then we do some like insane shit like oh, do we make out or do we get kissed, or let's say like if you beat let's say for me is like if I was like playing a game and let's say I just like bring a girl over or whatnot, and we were just playing a game and shit, and let's say I just like beat her by saying like in the game, of course. I'm just like, all right, baby, so you're gonna have to like take, I don't know, like your bracelet off or whatever the fuck, and then for me I could just like do the same, either like take my bracelet off, or if I'm wearing something else, maybe like a ring, or my nice little jacket off, maybe even this off. But I'm not gonna take it off yet because I just kind of wet my hair, and I just kind of already did my hair, and you already saw my hair anyway, so I mean I can still show it, but I'm gonna keep my bonnet on. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. If we're like playing stuff, she does her thing, blah blah blah, and then it gets like some like crazy moments like, alright, so I just whooped your ass like 3 times, and let's see, excuse me, what's fun game I have currently? Fuck it, Street Fighter 5 or Mortal Kombat 1 or what the fuck. Yeah, just I beat your ass in that, and you have to give me a smooch and kiss, and it's like she obliges, and then we just just do that thing, and then the rest is history. And for other girls I might mess around with, who knows? That could work like that. But at the end of it all, it's just like what I want is to experience a good time with someone I like and someone I love. Because eventually, for me, it's like I still desire to have a girlfriend or desire to have a partner one day, obviously. So whoever is going to be, my partner, I hope for the best for them, and I hope that they're doing pretty well. But for now, I'm just not really ready to be tied down because it's just a lot to handle, and plus this whole situation going on with the dating sphere being just what it is. I'm not saying that like I'll never ever be in a relationship. It's just like because of the time that I'm in with the whole dating sphere, it's kind of just a bit disadvantageous at the moment to get a girlfriend or a partner for now. But when time comes, I may or may not introduce them, and I may or may not be like, hey baby, can you do that for me real quick, stuff like that, or just we go out and just do normal coupling things like go out shopping and get some food, or just to chill with each other, hold hands, talk about stuff. Like I still desire that, but just for now, all I crave right now is just I crave mainly just the fun experience and obviously the human connection, and just just have a vibe and just chill, because like I'd rather just have that, what I'm saying, and not be tied down at the moment, unless it's like they're like really serious of like wanting to be with me as much as I'm serious to want to be with them, and it's just like we feel that both and we want to like expand on that, then yeah, I'm open to that. But since then it hasn't really been the case, so yeah. But we'll see what happens though. Like I can never say never to having a partner, because that will still potentially happen, but I got a lot of things to do. Besides, I'm also like making games now, and I just got done making DCBR, and I've done a couple of like play tests, and it's been a lot of fun. I do want to continue to do a little bit more, and I want to see like how like the battle royale system's gonna like play into it, because it is called Digital Champion Battle Royale, aka DCBR. With that, it's a card game, so you basically need to beat your opponent by lowering down, the health points with a numbering system, all that, good jazz. Which I could show, but I'm gonna go ahead and save that for tomorrow to like showcase a little bit more, because the only like thing I've done thus far, honestly, is like, at least like as far as like the video for DCBR is like, showing a little bit of process of just like making the actual game. Now that like I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and showcase that tomorrow. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I better ramble on with that. But all in all, can a man be a whore? And again, the answer will be yes and no. There might be some men that don't want to do that whore shit, and that's fine. You don't have to sling that, sword around to everybody. Hell, I don't do that either, even though, yes, I do like having the, smexy times. But, just, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can still enjoy your life. For me, it's like, I see, partaking in the adult consenting sexual activity as like, a way of connecting with another person, you know what I'm saying? In a fun way, like bonding. It'd be like, kind of like, again, like, bonding with playing video games, or bonding with nerding out on just like the show or whatnot. Something like that. But like with, the whole like having the Pound Town train is like, that's just, for me, is just another way of just saying, hi, how's it going? Oh man. Imagine going from hi, how's it going to like, smashing, like, I mean, go, hey, it'd be like that. Hey, it'd be like that. So, hey, we are very like obsessed sexual creatures, so we will do anything to, appease the person that, we like. And it's also kind of like, also just like LGBTQ friendly too. Like, hey, they get it on too. Oh, they get it on all right. So shout out to them as well. Like, hey, be the whores that you guys are as well. Like, hey, there is nothing wrong with that either. Again, there is nothing wrong with two consenting adults, or even more, having a good time. And I did allude to the whole like Bonnie Blue thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say this: like, I don't really mind girls wanting to explore their body and just have fun and enjoy themselves, because why not? Women should at least have a good time, right? Come on now. But Bonnie Blue, it's like, I don't know, man. That's just like, it's a lot to handle. Like, 1,000 men is insane, bro. Like, normally you would barely have 10 in a lifetime, and that's just putting it loosely. This crazy bitch is able to like supersede from that, even higher than 100, 1,000. My nigga, what the fuck? That is a lot of fucking people, man. And I mean a lot of people. That's like a whole, Fire Nation wide. Like, god damn. The whole Fire Nation got up on that Koji and started like burning it up. Damn, that is crazy. I mean, I'm sure she's kind of cool of a person, obviously. But at the same time, I'm like, if I were to quote unquote get an opportunity, I would not take it. I ain't gonna lie, man. I am not gonna take that opportunity to have a good time with Bonnie Blue at all. I'd be like, nah, you got that. Hey, anyone else that wants to, go ahead. Because I am not touching none of that. No. Like, again, I don't mind my woman having a little bit of experience. Just like me. You know what I'm saying? So nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, if it supersedes like the goddamn nation, then baby, I am not one of them. I am not going to be yet another statistic of the nation. Hell nah. I'd rather be just, another person that you just had a little good time with. You know what I'm saying? Rather than, oh yeah, no, you're the 1,001 person that fucked me. I'm like, the fuck? Hell no, I'm good. Imagine being 1,001 and fucking Bonnie Blue. That's crazy. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, like, again, I'm sure she's kind of wonderful. Same with, I guess, Sophie Rain. But like I said, I don't know much about none of those girls at all. Because, like, I kind of like Megan Thee Stallion better anyways. I think she's fucking sexy as hell. And I'd rather be with someone like her, technically, more than I would actually be with Bonnie Blue ever in a lifetime. Like, hell no, I ain't not dealing with that. Nah, I would rather be with a Megan Thee Stallion, fucking Lucy Liu, Jenna Ortega, maybe. Like, any of those girls. You know what I'm saying? And maybe a little bit more than, like, a Bonnie Blue. Because, goddamn, that's a lot of motherfucking people. That's a nation. Whereas for them, it's like, they probably date around, like, maybe a few people here and there. Like, normal people do. I don't know, man. I'm autistic, so, that's a different ball game. Anyways, I think that's going to have to be it. Yeah. I kind of rambled on a little bit longer, but hey, nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I do like partaking in the fun stuff when it's cool with the person, but at the end of the day, what I do is what I do. If I'm here to have fun with someone that I like, then it's gonna happen, and that's just what it is. And see what you want, but hey, women are cool too. You know what I'm saying? They're just as complex and just as interesting as we are. They're not these like mindless, creatures that are trying to like, take your money and all this stuff. Now, granted, are there some women that be doing that? Yes. That's called gold diggers. Be careful with that. However, majority of women don't be doing none of that shit. Okay? All you gotta really do is just like, treat them nicely, make them feel comfortable, and do your thing. Play your boy, play your girl, play a date, them, whatever floats your fucking boat. All right, like whatever you feel on the inside, in between all that, whatever the fuck. When you're having a good time with another person, you better make sure you got a good time, man. But anyways, that's all I gotta say about that. Yeah, this has been pretty interesting. Just having to be kind of secluded in my room a little bit, just recording videos and shit. So I might get used to this for a bit, and then who knows? I might probably do a little bit more. But for what it's worth, I'm kind of liking it. It's a little bit more intimate in a way, because I'm literally in my bed talking to you guys. But anyway, so this is your boy Showsman21 signing out, and I will see you guys later, potentially tomorrow or another day. I'm gonna see if I could try to stay as consistent with making YouTube videos, but we'll just have to see. Yes, you'll still have the nerd shit. Yes, you'll still have all this stuff, but I also want to sprinkle in a little bit of like some philosophy talk. And I feel like this one's kind of like a bit of a philosophy talk, but more just like on the whole sensual, sexual, whatever side of things. You know what I'm saying? Just like, asking the question of whether or not a man can be a whore. Maybe in the, Coco sequel of this video, we could even explore, can a woman become a, and explore why, that could generally be the case. But anyways, I think that's all I'm gonna have to say about that. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. Stay peaceful, stay being awesome, and most importantly, stay being classy and stay being informed of things, and drink your water and drink, um, you know, stuff to, have fun. And when it comes to having a good time, you gotta make sure that one, you practice, of course, safe sex, and also communicate with your partner, and also have fun, because that's the point of having these cool moments with, a fellow adult. As an adult, myself, is that you get to do really fun things at the comfort of your own home, or at their place too, if you trust them. Because otherwise, if they're a serial killer, best of fucking luck, guys. Best of fucking luck with that. It would be a cool story if you survive, but would not be a cool story if you die. So be careful out there. Alrighty. Alright, my lovies, you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys later. Peace.